want to talk about the obviously with the amount of shows that happen. You and you mentioned there being absolutely knackered. You recently said actually on a Sidemen video, I think it was a Sidemen video or like a Sidemen Sunday. Yes, it was the one where you're traveling to Dubai and you had to stop because you were there like, my Crohn's disease is just kicking my ass. And so I wanted to actually talk about this because I actually think this is a lot more popular. That makes it sound like a good thing. Prevalent. Yeah. Than people realize. And there's actually a number of YouTubers that have Crohn's disease. So can you talk a little bit about what it is and how the hell you manage it? Because from what I've heard, it sounds ass.
Yeah, it's not great. It's an autoimmune condition where basically your immune system recognizes some cells in your gut as like, that's not us.
Yeah.
That's not part of the team.
Yep.
Kill those, get rid of them, and it just causes like inflammation in your gut that can get worse and better. It kind of also, it's like the problem with it is they don't really know a lot about it. I think anything to do with your gut, they're still learning so much. Like, is it the microbiome of your gut? Is it the food you're eating? Is it the stuff in your food that we can't track? I think like there's 1,000,001 people online like trying to give information like, oh, do this, do that, do the other, try this diet, try that. So I think, yeah, kind of, and I like never formally got diagnosed because there's a group of like gut conditions that it can be put into, and it's kind of like that made it really frustrating because like it kind of, and it got progressively got worse. And I went through the NHS and it took a long time to kind of work out what is the right answer, what isn't the right answer, trying different kind of medications, on some like autoimmune medication now, which for now, touch wood,
yes,
is helping with this situation. Nice. It's frustrating because it's a lifelong condition. It's not something that you're like, oh, do this for 1 year, you're fine. It's kind of like, okay, you've got this now.
You have to learn
until we get way smarter. I mean, hey, I'm banking on AI.
Yeah, come on, ChatGPT. Have you typed it into ChatGPT? See if they can solve it for you, bro.
Fix this one.
Yeah.
So hopefully in the next kind of series of years, potentially they'll find a way to kind of understand it more. But I've got something that works somewhat, but it can be tough. It's tough because it's an invisible illness. That's what they call it. There's a lot of illnesses like that where it's like people look at you and be like,
oh, it's fine, but
it's fine. And also,
wait, did you get a blue badge?
No.
Oh, that'd be class.
Not as far as I'm aware.
That's like low key one of the benefits.
You deserve one.
But also, then do you want to be that guy?
One,
you want to be that guy who pulls up with the blue badge and then just walks out looking?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. And then what they do is, because my favorite videos is justice porn. Yeah, where they go to him and be like, so you get out of the car, and he goes, "Excuse me, why have you parked in disabled?" And they go, "Because I'm disabled." And then the guy goes, "You're clearly not." And then he just pulls out the mad thing and shows him the doc, the paperwork.
Yeah, just.
I think that's quite frustrating, and even more than that, like one, it's frustrating because if you're trying to like tell people around you that you're not feeling great, and they're looking at you like, what do you mean? But also, I think as humans, we fluctuate. Sometimes you just feel rough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like, I think what's hard for me is sometimes like, is this because of my illness? Is this because of my medication? Is this just because I've not been looking after myself in general? So I think I find that challenging. And like, just trying to keep up like energy. We have a job where it's kind of important to be like upbeat, energetic. No one's going to want like, and people get on like if you're in a YouTube video and you're like quiet or subdued, especially in a group, people are like, oh, they were miserable today.
Oh, especially them Cyber comments, they're letting you know, bro.
So I think it's like, it's hard sometimes. Like, you might like, I've had plenty of shoots where I turn up and I'm like, I just feel horrendous. But then I'm like, I've got to double down on this and try and like pretend everything's all good.
Yeah.
I think that's difficult. So it's not great, but also kind of just you have to accept it and just be like, look, a lot of people get ill with different things you either know about or you don't know about. You just deal with it as best you can.
Well, I will be here for you.
Thanks, Chip.
If you ever need me.
Appreciate it.
I wonder if next time he's like, I feel so shit. I wonder if the first thing he thinks is, I need to bell Chip. You know?
You know what? I will come and clutch for you.
Yeah, I'll sub you in for a side member. You just show up instead of me.
Yeah.
See if anyone notices.
Fuck.
Oh, you know,
pull it off, man.
You know what? You know what made me realize you guys are actually a lot closer looking than I thought, because we asked the graffiti artist to paint Chip's face on the side of our van. And
someone
and he drew you.
It looked like me.
It looks like
And it looks like you, so that made
Wait,
me
he
realize.
intentionally drew me.
No,
We don't know. He just
drew
went middle
it.
ground, man.
It just happened. To
And
look
yeah,
like
he did.
me.
He kind of like merged.
It
you
was like he was
together.
drawing me. He was like, this looks like Vic. Fuck it, I'll just do Vic.
I've got more reference material for this.
Yeah, there's way more out there.
So because another person that has it is also Mr. Beast has Crohn's,
Yes.
and so he's found a way to manage that.
Yeah. He's also said publicly he's on a similar autoimmune medication as well, which works for him. And also he said he like got a lot healthier. You saw he did like his like fitness thing and eating better. So I think that helps.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, well, there you go. Here's the van.
Yeah, you could.
I hope you don't take that as an offensive thing there,
I see it. One could.
You could kind of see
if you said like, who is that?
You'd have to point at you, right?
Theoretically, I could say that's me and Jack, mate.
That could be a lot of people, buddy.
So you're calling me Jack, mate, on the left. Do you know what?
Wasn't it?
Do you know what?
That was
Fuck
no
it,
need.
bro. Okay, we'll just run with that. But that's how the thing is interesting because you have that. There was also an old school YouTuber that you definitely know. I know that you won't know. Tabe.
What
You
up,
know who Tabe is?
Tabe
No, I
here.
don't think so.
Yeah.
What a guy, man. Love
Was
that
he
guy.
was he one of the old school
OGs.
Minecraft guys or?
No, old
Call of
school
Duty.
Call of Duty.
One of the
Duty.
4 founding fathers of the Call of Duty community.
That-
Who have
It
you got in your 4 founding?
Okay, I got Woody's gamer tag.
Classic.
I got Tabes. I
Yeah,
got
Woody's
White
gamer
Boy
tag, yeah.
7th Street.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you could
Ooh,
argue,
I
you
don't know
could
about
argue
White
that
Boy.
actually those 2 gens. And actually, Gen 1 was like the machinima don. So you're saying
Yeah.
like
Hutch.
Steve Nanas, Hutch, Tabes, Sandy Ravage.
See, now
Yeah, I think
remember.
that's probably your 4 there.
Yeah, there's probably more that I'm really doing dirty, but like
Was Sinan as the
Only
bald
Use Me
guy?
Blade might be in there.
I was about
Only-
to say him. That guy.
Yeah.
Who?
Only Use Me Blade. I was about to say.
Only
him,
Use Me Blade.
Yeah.
Was
there's-
Sinan
there's-
as the bald guy? I remember seeing that.
he had short hair. He had like
Yeah,
a buzz
I
cut
remember
kind of hair.
Yeah.
So yeah, those
Yeah,
are like
no,
the
yeah,
original.
he's had, and actually, yeah, he has had Crohn's for a lot longer than us, and I think probably the medication we're on now they didn't even have then. I think his was quite severe. I don't want to speak too much on it, but I know it's something that he's talked a lot about.
Yeah.
Well, let me give you something that will help with this whole situation.
Come on,
A
Chip.
little quote.
Okay.
Until death, all defeats are psychological.
Huh. Bro really dropped that on us.
Do you agree with that?
Well, you ain't defeated until you're dead, really.
Fair. Yeah.
So what?
Until
what
you are until it slays you, you're still kicking. You ain't lost.
Okay, I like that actually.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Because any loss that you actually have is just a loss.
Yeah, mentally.
You mentally, you've perceived it as a loss, you know?
right.
Psychologically,
So
you're
until
down.
you die.
But somebody else might be looking at it going, that ain't no loss. If anything, that's a W.
what death?
Not this situation, but I'm talking about anything, you know?
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. I
But
get it.
anyway,
you know
we're
what?
on the right path.
Yeah, it's a nice message.
So nice.
Maybe
it might not be
It
landing.
maybe has holes in it. But it's
Can we get there? We land.
We won't pick holes in your quote. Thanks,
Yeah,
thanks for your
yeah.
quote.
No, wait.